We start with roundtable 2 now, from idea to business with experts. Experts because they may have been as well in the side of startups and initiators, but they have expertise in on the other side, accompanying others. So, and for that purpose, we have today Carmen Avilés. I have presented previously. She has performed the keynote at the beginning. Roberto Touza, who is co-founder and CEO at Startups ST. We have also Alessia Rotolo, project manager at and a national contact point for European Innovation Council at APRE, Agencia for the Innovation of European Research in Italy, and Alexandre Almeida, incubation project manager at IPN, Instituto Pedro Nunes, Portugal. So first, now is you can introduce a little bit about Carmen, about Trinnova lab and about your affiliation. As I said, is associate professor at Polytechnic University Madrid. But the floor is yours. Yes, you have 1 minute till 2 maximum to
2
present
minutes.
yourself.
Okay. Thank you again. So, well, of course, I am the co-founder of the Trinnova Lab, which tries to boost innovation and entrepreneurship on forest bioeconomy, taking into account that forest bioeconomy is wider than the forest sector. So please, next. Okay, what we do in Trinnova is, well, there is not much light on the central tree, but we try to do all those things that are needed to boost the innovation. Firstly, we try to train to all the people that are interested on bioeconomy. So we organize some kind of courses, official, included in the in master or in university grades, but not only in that, because we try to boost the training for the bioeconomy innovation in every way they want. Then we try to mentorize and incubate and try to help all the entrepreneurship, all the innovator to boost their ideas to succeed. That's why we have found the EcoStar Natural Talent Accelerator, that it's an accelerator focused on nature-based solution and ecosystem services. And we try to work with the land, with the rural, and that's why we promote the Urban Forest Innovation Lab in Cuenca, that is creating so far now 40 different startups with different focused, and they are alive after 3 years of their establishment. We try to make a wide ecosystem. That's why we are allied with Actúa UPM, which is the most important program for university entrepreneurship in Spain. And we work with them in order to promote innovation within these kind of startups. And well, at the bottom, you can find some of the companies that we have helped to be created, like Dendron, maybe, or Forest, or if you are looking for biomass, Burros, it's focused on that. So that's what we do.
Thank you very much, Carmen. And now next in the row is Roberto Touza. He's co-founder and CEO at Startups ST. Also, Startups ST is managing the incubator Cordoba Biotech. That's why we invited. So, Roberto, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So, hi all. Nice to be here. And first of all, well, really thank you for the organization of this meeting or this webinar. So yes, well, I'm the CEO of Startups ST. So, like other partners here in the States, we develop also incubators and startup accelerators in order to develop innovation and to develop entrepreneurs. So at the end, we are a network of different ecosystems all around Spain, and also, for instance, we also have our ecosystems in Colombia, also Mexico, also in the US, and also we just add one new partner in India. So at the end, what we try to do is develop a startup or entrepreneurial ecosystems, really local ecosystems. And then also, in the other hand, we develop also investment ecosystems. So at the end, we have both sides of the same coin, right? We have from one part of the side, we have entrepreneurs and also startups that are developing innovation, and at the end, they want to need investment or financial. And from the other hand, we have our own venture capital, and we invest in some of those startups that we develop in the other hand, right? Those both ecosystems we develop together here in Spain, and then also we develop another programs. If you can go ahead to the next slide, please. Okay, so that's more or less all the kind of programs we develop, right? And then, for instance, we also develop scale programs and soft landing programs with our partners in other countries, right? Like I mentioned before, for instance, in India, Mexico, Colombia, or the US. We are also trying to start developing programs, for instance, also in Chile, right? One big project we have in mind for 2025 is, for instance, we are going to bring 100 Indian companies here to Spain, and mixing together in one big summit with another 100 Spanish companies. So trying to do really business together in this summit, right? It's not just a summit or, okay, with masterclass and all these round tables and all this stuff. No, at the end, we want to develop real business together. So that's more or less our developing in ecosystem, right? And the reason that we are here is like it was mentioned before. We are also in charge. We are developing Córdoba Biotech, right? So this is one business incubator based in Córdoba, focusing on startups and businesses related with bio plus tech. It's not just biotech; it's also bio plus tech. So we also work with agrotech. We also work with food, and also, for instance, with IT solutions, focusing on food, agro, and related. Okay. So that's more or less my presentation. Okay.
So thank you very much, Roberto. And last, not last, sorry, we have also Alessia Rotolo, who is a project manager in the national contact point for European Innovation Council and at APRE. So tell us a little bit what you do in APRE.
Thank you, Daniel. Yes, I'm the national contact point in APRE for European Innovation Council and also for legal and financial aspects. So what we do, actually, we try to help supporting mainly, let's say, companies, but also researchers and innovators in general, in order to facilitate their participation in European innovation, in European framework program in general, but have, let's say, specificity with the European Innovation Council. And for sure, we have to, what I do is to support them in their innovation process.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I haven't, there is a yes, then the other slide, I think. Yes,
Sorry.
I don't want to enter into details. So I mean, these are a lot of activities that we do. I just put them there because, okay, framework program is an opportunity, is something, and as we know, I think it's the same in every country. So Italy is the same, and this is what I see also, because I coordinate the network of national contact points for Europe, and also I see different situations from different countries, but a common point is that, I mean, a company could be, for a company, European Innovation Council or Horizon Europe could be the right program, the right opportunity, but not always. And maybe what we do in this case is we support them into their main let's say, issues. So drafting the business model, the business plan, see if they have problems, let's say, in order to build better their management office, or try to see if they have some needs on the intellectual property asset. So these are some of activities that we issue.
Thank you, Alessia.
Thank you.
And then last, we have with us Alexandre Almeida. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
He
good
is,
morning.
hello, Alexandre Almeida is in charge of the incubator at Instituto Pedro Nunes. So please go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me. My name is Alexandre Almeida. I am an incubator project manager at IPN Incubadora. So for the last 14 years, I have been working in business development and supporting early stage companies in across various sectors. So at IPN, what we do is, well, first of all, IPN is an institute created by the University of Coimbra in 1991, and the purpose when it was created was to work as a technology transfer institution. So the role of IPN started as building a bridge between academia and the companies to foster innovation. So IPN has 6 dedicated labs that do applied research. These labs are working in technology, essentially, and you can skip
Go to
the
next.
slide. Yes, and when the IPN started to do applied research, some projects start to appear, and the need to take these projects to the market is a real issue that IPN faced. So IPN decided to create an incubator to support their own projects. That's the way the IPN incubator is born. And we used to say that we burn upside down as an incubator because we have projects that we need to support instead of go to the market, search for the projects. Then some of our projects starts to get real good results, and we validate that the model as we have arranged our incubation program is working very well. Since the creation of the incubator in 2002, we have already supported more than 400 companies, as you can see here. Right now, we have incubated 150 companies. Some of them are physical or virtually. What we offer is more than space. We try to be the real one-stop shop for entrepreneurs, and we support with mentoring, with access to acceleration programs, with IP strategy and counseling. We also have accountability inside our facilities, so the companies that want to have their accountability with us can have it. We help them to make some applications to grants and things like that. Also try to help them to match with investors. So it's a really busy day, but it's very nice to be part of the growth process of startups.
So thank you very much, Alexandre. And then we go back again to questions. We are again in this area. So the first question, and we start in the same order, starting from an idea. I have an idea. Some people had an idea. What if and maybe they are students, or maybe they are a small company, and they are in the rural areas. They have a problem with a lot of byproduct. What then something sparks? How do I proceed? So Carmen, you're the first.
Okay. Well, the first thing that when you have an idea, you have to do is to explain your idea, who those people who can help you. Maybe you are in the rural, maybe go to the council, maybe go to some association that could help you, or of course, try to find this kind of incubators or different initiative that could help. For instance, when we are talking about UFIL, the Urban Forest Innovation Lab, we look for ideas and then start doing our best to help them to find the right people to start running the ideas to the success moment. So find people.
Find people. Yeah, connected with the local environment. So next on the row is Roberto.
Yes. So, well, when you have an idea, I suggest you to first of all try to find as much help as possible. Because, for instance, when I first started my own company, I also was an entrepreneur once. Well, I'm still an entrepreneur, but I mean, when I started in technology and trying to develop new business ideas, that was a couple of maybe 50 years ago, something like that, and there was not so much help to find, right? And right now is the other way around. So I suggest that in order to develop your idea, first of all, try to find as much help as possible. You can go to chambers of commerce, you can go to incubators, to accelerators. For instance, Alexandre from IPN is a good example. Also us, right, and also other partners in the ecosystem in the field, right. So first of all, try to find as much help as possible, right. Nowadays, you have a lot of programs that you can join, and also you can join it for free. So I think that's first point you can start. And then also, if you have an idea, try to develop as fast as possible a first concept, and try to learn as much as possible about clients, about the problem itself, and about possible solutions that you can bring to the market, right? There is, I always say the same. You can develop an idea, you can think it's a really good idea, or you can think that is something that is going to change the entire world. But at the end, it's just your idea. At the end, the market is going to say if it's going to work or not. So I always say the same. The market has the truth, and you need to test it, right? So go to the market, try to understand as much as possible what's the real needs of the client or users, and also try to develop as fast as possible small prototypes or small MVPs, as we say, more technical. MVPs is minimal viable product, and the market is going to say you if you are going to in the right direction or not. That's just the second advice, the most important second advice I think I can give right now. So first of all, try to find as much help as possible, because if you talk with mentors, with investors, with business angels, also with coaches, with professors or whatever, or also with experts in one field or another, you're going to learn a lot, and all of them are going to share to you their ideas, their feedback, in order to develop your idea, in order to improve it, and then go to the market as fast as possible. If you're going to stay, for instance, working, I don't know, 6 months on your business plan, that's more than all the school, right? If you're gonna stay working on your idea or your MVP or whatever 6 months, that's too much. That's too much time. Try to short this time as much as possible and go to the market as fast as possible. That's my advice.
This is a master class, not just an advice.
Well,
No,
thank you.
it is great listening to you all experts, really. So next in the row we have Alessia. So your point starting.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Maybe I will complement a bit to what the previous speaker said. My first suggestion, and it's something that I always say to startup or to innovate, to innovators in general, let's say, is if you have an idea, you should have a problem behind it. So try to define which is the problem that you want to solve with your idea. Because at a certain point, you will need to explain it either to your competitors or either to, let's say, a potential investor, or you have to apply for a funding call. So the point of the problem for me is essential. And then which is try to focus on what is your value proposition, because usually there is let's say always a competitors, because another thing that I say is that if you don't have competitors, maybe there is something wrong, or maybe not, but try to define which is your value proposition, and why a potential user should choose you and not another one. So the point is that try to make to you some question, and then to find the answer, the possible answer, let's say.
Yeah, very complementary, as a matter of fact, to previous statements. Also saying about the problem, I think you say the pain. So is that, look, what is the pain that you can resolve? Is that? Yeah. Okay. Not just the
Yes,
solution, but
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then finally we have with Alexandre. The floor is yours.
Okay. So I think almost everything has been said already, but I will try to sum up and bring something different. First of all, I think it's important to ensure that your idea has a problem to solve, because if there's not a problem, so probably it's not an innovation, it could be just an invention. So that match is important. Then I suggest you join to an incubator ecosystem, because if that incubator can't help you, they will know someone who can. So I think that's the main point. Then I suggest that who has an idea should participate in acceleration programs, because they will meet peers, they will meet mentors, and they will learn fast, fail fast or not. We hope they don't fail, but they will learn fast. And then usually people say that the secret is the soul of the business. I don't know if it's a sentence just in Portugal, but the secret is the soul of the business. That's what people say in Portugal, and we believe that we are more aligned with open innovation. So the secret is the best way to kill the business. You need to talk to people and remember that you are not the client for your product. So you need to talk to real clients and learn with them. That's what I would say.
Thank you very much, Alexandre. And then we go second round, second question. Well, we talk about the beginning during the first stages, so not anymore in the beginning, but once maybe you have started with the first contacts, with learning a little bit what is the business you could establish, or the potential value proposition. So which could become, so what should you achieve? What is, let's say, a milestone, something like a milestone. What should you achieve after the beginning? Something that clarifies you are in the right way. So with Carmen?
Well, I think that if you want to know if you are in the right way, you have to find clients. The market has to say okay to your innovation, to your startup, and so on. But it's not a matter of friends. If you are selling them, but in the market in a very wide point of view. And also, if you have some credit for maybe investment or maybe other funding than your 3F, the fools, the friend, or the founders. So it's a very good thing to know if you are in the right way.
And the good indicators.
Yeah.
So, and then Roberto, something that you should achieve during the first stages, something that is a
Yes, yes,
milestone.
yes. Yes, I'm gonna try to do it as fast as possible, but I'm gonna need a little bit time, so I'm gonna try to explain it. Well, the first achievements that you need to find, I think, is planification, is management from the point of view of an entrepreneur. So I completely agree with Carmen that you need to find clients, but sometimes, okay, you have focus, you have one client in mind, and you think that you are gonna develop it in the right way, but at the end those clients doesn't buy, and still you are burning a lot of time and a lot of money. So at the end, what I'm trying to say is, as an entrepreneur, like in other businesses, you need to develop your planification, your roadmap, right? And that's also something that we do in our incubator and startups accelerator programs, right? Because at the end, entrepreneurs, what really like the most is not that you can learn from one topic, or that you can have feedback from one mentor or one from on another, because you can find it in the entire ecosystem during the I mean, working with a lot of incubators and startups, you can find a lot of experts and a lot of feedback. But at the end, those entrepreneurs that are participating in our programs, at the end, what they really like the most is the planification, the roadmap of the company. Because sometimes entrepreneurs are like, how to say it, they are a little bit in trouble because they really don't know what's the right direction to go. What we give them is a kind of roadmap. Okay, you need to have in mind that you need to develop a product. You need to have in mind that you need to develop a business model, that you need to develop a pricing model, or that maybe you need to develop the technology or whatever. So at the end, you need to have all these things in order. Okay, so in a kind of really well-designed roadmap, so that you can develop in the right direction. So that's something that we try to develop with those entrepreneurs, and try to give them as first achievement in any program that we develop. And how we do that? So, for instance, at the very beginning, any project that starts with starting working with us, we develop a kind of diagnostic, right? So it's more IT or technology diagnostic, and also business diagnostic. We have how to say it, a system. So they go to this diagnostic, and they tell us, okay, this is my business, this is what we are doing, and this is the situation that we have right now. And from that point, we develop together this roadmap. And this is not a roadmap only for 6 months or whatever. It's a roadmap for maybe 2 or 3 years, right? And also, you need to have in mind that maybe you need to change it in the way, but still you have a point of a starting point and also a finish point, right? And you know that maybe you need to change it a little bit, but still you have one clear direction to go. And that's what we are trying to develop at the first moment with startups and with entrepreneurs.
So a milestone, or at the beginning after the first spark, is to gather vision on your
Yes.
path,
Yes.
which are the
Yes.
different milestones, and then to know that whenever something is changing, you react on time.
Yes, because maybe you are trying to develop your idea in going after one specific client, and at the end you find that it's not working because maybe the client doesn't have those needs, or maybe they doesn't have budget or whatever. But what we're trying to develop in those entrepreneurs, in those startups, okay, you need to have this management system in order to, so you can change your path. Doesn't matter if you are going right in this direction at the very beginning, or maybe you are going wrong. But at the end, you need to know when you need to change your direction. So that's the first achievements that we trying to develop with those.
And probably this will be in connection with the next question. So we will go later on to the third question, as a matter of fact. And then Alessia Rotolo,
Yes.
what about this milestone? you should achieve in the beginning, some after starting the beginning?
Yes, let's say that I had in mind one answer, but then now maybe I have another, because I think that there are different milestones not to achieve, but maybe to complement on what Roberto was saying also, the good point is to consider, yes, the vision and the time, maybe, no? So are you in the right time in order to start at the right moment with your idea, I mean, towards the market? A good point in this respect, I think, is to have to start to validate to test your idea, because actually up to a certain point you had it in mind, you had the idea, you know that this could be the right solution in order to solve the issue, the problem that we were saying before. But then you have to test it and to gather, to collect feedback from the reality. So this is, for example, starting really important in the European Innovation Council, no? But it's something that is a broader impact, because if a company, if a startup starts to have the feedback, the real feedback, maybe then considering also the vision, they could also try to adapt it to the changes of the context.
Good. So it's not only a question is if it is also the right time. So to validate it works is not only is the right time to go for that.
Yeah.
So link it to conjunctural situation also, and the response from early clients or early interested key stakeholders.
Yeah, I think it's the path, no? So it's a sort of, I mean, we always say that from the idea to the market is a sentence that I hear a lot, but actually it's like this. You have to, you start from something that you I mean, brackets, you have in mind, and then you have to go towards different steps, and then finally, at the right moment when you have the right the concrete needs, you can go to the market, I think.
And Alexandre, your position always the last is little bit in disadvantage, but maybe also you can concentrate in something more specific. So go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. So what I say you should try to achieve is, first of all, ensure that you don't have entrepreneur myopia. So sometimes you are develop products only for yourself. And we can't forget that the first thing that brings startups to fail is no market need. So I think it's very important. Then define an IP strategy. If you have any IP, do you know if it's you could have a patent of your technology or not? So try to understand that in an early stage of the process. Then develop products with the market, not for the market. I think this is relevant. And define a clear roadmap. Roberto has said that, and I think it's very important, because when we have a clear roadmap, we understand the needs we have in a broader time distance. So it's very relevant because we can plan better, and I think it's planning. It's a very important part of doing an entrepreneur venture.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I understood properly something you told. Don't produce for the market. You told produce with the market, was it? Or
yes, that's it. Don't develop products for the market. Develop products with the market. Because if you involve the clients or the potential clients, or early adopters in the development part, you will have a much better product market fit, and that's the most relevant thing when you are trying to do something new.
Good. Final question is about final recommendations. We simply told dead end paths versus keys for success. You can tell something about these dead end paths. Never do, or something else. Maybe you already keep on saying about this, for example, road mapping, vision, connecting, get to the many programs and support, even free support services you can find. Don't keep on your idea for yourself. You have said many things, but maybe you can concentrate. If you have concentrated in the positive, also you can say death and path. So as you prefer. Carmen, yours.
Okay. Well, I think it's good to have three things in mind. First of this is that pivoting is good. You can change if you want. You can adapt to the market. You can go ahead. The second one is keep on innovating. Do not stop innovating. Do not stop looking for the market, for new things, for being, again, an early adopter. And the third thing is don't be scared to let your startup go. If you want to kill the startup, you can do. If you want to sell the startup, you can do. Don't be scared of let the startup go without you. So these three things could be nice.
This last one,
Pivoting, innovating, and killing the startup if it needed.
and the last one is related with something that we listened from the beginning by Eduardo Costa. That decisions, I think it was Eduardo saying not to perform emotional decisions.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, if you have to sell it. If you have to close on time. So
Yeah.
next one is Roberto Touza.
Yes, well, I really like the last one from Carmen. So I think really is really good one. Killing the startup or letting go the startup, because more sometimes entrepreneurs are really connected with the idea, really connected with the startup, and sometimes they think, okay, I only can achieve this, or the startup is only gonna work with me, or something like that, and that's more sometimes it's not the right point. So really good one. I have a couple more. Well, first of all, for instance, really take care about finance and also about financing. I always say the same. If you're gonna need to borrow money, try to do it as less as possible if you really need it, and if it's not needed, try not to do that, because at the very beginning you are really lost, and you need to develop your idea, you need to develop your business model, you need to taking care about first clients, you need to really develop the product and really the go-to-market strategy and a lot of things. So if you're doing it with money that you don't own, then if something is not working, you have two problems. So first of all, the business is not working, and on the second hand, you need to give back or paying back the money that you borrow, right? So I think this is a really good one point to taking care of, and really important to have it in mind. Well, also the other one, I think that we need to also develop something maybe with partners, with going alone the entrepreneurial way is really hard. And if you can find your partner, or if you can find your colleagues to work together, I think it's really helpful. Being one entrepreneur, being solo entrepreneur is really hard. You need to take care of a lot of things, and also you need to take care about your personal life, your if you have children, if you have whatever, you also need to take care of it. So going alone is really hard. So I really recommend to anyone to find the best partner as possible in order to develop the business. Also, don't be partnered with the first person that you met, trying to at first trying to work together for maybe one semester or something like that, and then at the end, if you think that you are working well with this person, then going together to starting a company, right? And also the third one, about mentors. Well, mentors have a lot of ideas and have a lot of really good advice, but at the end is their own experience based on their own develops, right? And not all the feedback that you get is perfect for your idea. You need to have your own mindset. You need to have your own ideas. Of course, you need to take account of all the feedback that you get, but sometimes the feedback that one mentor gives to you is not the perfect one. I'm not saying that the coach is giving bad feedback, but sometimes it doesn't fit perfectly with your idea or with your business, right? I'm telling it because it happened to me, right? I once I have one mentor that with the best feedback as possible that he can get to me, but at the end this doesn't fit perfectly with the idea that I was developing, right? So you also need to have in mind that sometimes the feedback is not you don't need to take it 100% to your company, right? You need to listen, try to learn as much as possible, but at the end you are the one that you are taking decisions. So this is the third one.
To keep your own sense, not just to follow all concepts, your own style.
Otherwise, maybe because, for instance, you work with a couple of mentors, maybe 2, 3, or 4. If you're following all the advices, maybe you're at the end you're going to stay in the same point, because one say go to that point, the other say go to that direction, and the other one say go south. So at the end, just if you follow all of them, you're going to stay in the same place at the end.
So Alessia.
Yes, I always agree with Roberto, Maria Carmen, and Alexandre. So maybe I think that one of the most important things is to define the path. So having like clear goals from the beginning to the end. So what you want to, and how and when you want to achieve it. Which resources do you need to do what, how you think you have to, you will collect these resources. So the path, for me is the one of the first thing. Then maybe we already said this, but try to gather as much information, as much insights as possible. First of all, considering the target users, but also the stakeholders and the competitors. So like having a clear table, clear information on the table as much as possible. And then we said it before, we have to consider that then the reality could be different, from what we had in mind. So we don't have to be scared. I think, for example, to a European European project. I always say this is the EAC accelerator. This is just a possibility. Don't consider it as your unique possibility to have success, to gather money. Success rates are not so good, not so encouraging for some countries. Italy first, for example. But you have to try more times, for example, and also consider that this is just one opportunity, and you have to be also brave to find other ones.
Good. So not only run for the money, have a path, a clear path that you know when and what. then gather info and insights. So, and last, Alexandre, yours is yours.
Okay. Okay, so I will split my intervention into dev ends and keys for success. So first of all, I think, well, I agree with everything that have been said, of course. So first of all, dev and pair, I will say that um, founders that ignores feedback or refusing to pivot when they understand they need to do it are like doomed. So it's not a thing to do. Other thing, other thing I think is important is to have um, a poor team. When you have a poor team, doesn't matter how good is the project, uh, probably you will fail. So other thing that usually kills the startups is lack of product market fit. Sometimes we invest a lot of time in developing something that the market doesn't adopt, and you need to ensure that you are not spending your time in the wrong things. Then keys for success, I will say that entrepreneurs need to be coachable, because venture capital will not come if you are not coachable, for example. And as Roberto said, the mentors are not always right, but you need to be able to listen everything, listen everyone, understand and learn, and then take better decisions with all the info you get. If you are not able to learn with others, probably you will make more mistakes. Then it's crucial to build a stronger team and network, not just a team, but you need to be surrounded of people that brings knowledge and resources when you need it in your course of developing. Prioritize customer needs, because if you are not focused on the customer needs, you are not doing the product market fit as you should. And last of all, but I think the most important thing is ensure that you have a good business model, because real good business is more about good business model than just good products. So I think that's it.
Really
Uh,
wise
Excuse
every
me, Daniel.
sentence here.
I have the last one,
Yeah, so
if I
Roberto.
may. Yes, well, and I think all of us are gonna be are gonna agree with this one. I don't know if it's clear enough, but all the things that we mentioned here, you can fix it if you are really oriented with sales. If you are selling, almost all the stuff can be fixed. Almost, not all of them, but almost. So for me, also one really important thing to take in mind, and that's one that is killing startups and killing entrepreneurs for sure, is not selling. So if you are really oriented to the market and you are selling, like I said, almost everything can be fixed. If you are not selling, then the problem is starting becoming really big, because with less money each month is really complicated to fix anything. Okay, if you need really good talent, you can pay it with your selling. If you need partners or providers, you can pay them if you are selling. If you need offices, if you need help from specific mentors or whatever, you can do it if you have money in the account, and that's coming if you are selling, right? So taking into account that for all entrepreneurs, doesn't matter if you are working in one field or another, you need to sell. That's one of the most important, I guess.
Okay, then just because Roberto opened the box for that, and it's not that I want to contradict, but uh, this comment about is everything about sales. We heard about many things, but in the end is everything on sales. Is anyone you want to comment before closing? You have said many things. Listen, the market is validating you, but
Can I just say something, Daniel?
yeah,
I think, of course, sales is important. More than sales is you have money to buy what you need and to bring inside what you need. But that's more like a business approach and not a startup approach. So we used to say that you need to bring skin in the game and to suffer. Well, in Portuguese, uh, when you say entrepreneur, it's like uh, doing stuff with pain. The word means something like this. And well, the money takes part of the pain, and when you don't feel so much pain, you are not, you don't have as much skin in the game. So building a startup is tough. You will not have money, or at least as much money as you need. And sales, when you start to sell, I think part of the major problems of a startup has already have been solved in the past. Because if you can't even start the sales, so you are doomed.
Mm.
But
I
well, I
remember
agree.
I
When
I
you have
re
money is better, but
mm. I
it's not
remember a
better.
recent post of Roberto that was a boxer, a woman, a boxer woman, and then the meme was the startup after the first sale, and you saw this boxer totally damaged with a lot of wounds in the head. So it's similar to what you say. You have to put your skin there. And finally, whenever you are arriving to market and reaching success, you probably feel a little bit like you endured, but you got so much to endure. So if nothing else, we have some question here. Maybe we can respond on later on online about liability if my product is not totally good. But if we go to that, probably we get extra 15 minutes. So taking into account that we already are beyond, beyond the schedule, is late. I just would like to finish by sharing the last two slides. So thank you, really experts. Thank you, really innovators. I hope that we provided a lot of inputs to the people in the room, but also probably I have seen some very interesting connections among experts, among startups here. So I hope also this webinar is useful to bring connections and to make things happen between some of you, because you maybe are complementary or because maybe you can collaborate in something. Just to say, follow, if you want to follow BioRural, you have there the links. You will have them in the PowerPoint. I suggest, if you like it about the ideas and you want to know what are the ideas, you can register. You can browse the toolkit. You can register in the toolkit of BioRural. And finally, thanks for your attention. Thanks really to experts and innovators to give us this precious time. This is a treasure, really. We learn a lot all. And we will edit this video and share to, because I think it's really a fruitful result of all of you. And we hope to see you in the way. We hope to see you in the path. So thank you very much, and hope see you in the path. I say bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye.
you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
Have a nice
much.
day.